It seems like the American people have a big
The
disconnect.
government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Well, you should
that they're very,
identified aerial phenomena in the sky. We don't know what they are. Do you?
I have met with people that are serious people, pilots that look just like you, actually. Tom Cruise, but taller. These are perfect people that say, sir, there was something there that was round in form and going like 4 times faster, and they really mean it. Am I a believer? No.
There are
I've decided.
So let me be honest with y'all. This whole talk about these UAPs and these UFOs and these drones and different things. Remember, we already told y'all about Project Bluebeam. We told y'all about, you know, what's coming in terms of them using holographic technology to be able to trick people into believing that these UFOs and things that you're seeing are real. Either they're man-made, either spaceship, i.e. human, or they are what you call holographic in nature. And holographic meaning that they'll have a war in the heavens with holographic technology. You feel what I'm saying? Making you think that it's real. The whole time it's really just a projection, right? So what I'm saying is automatically what you should know is that the only way you can really know about aliens is knowing that everything is the adverse, or it's the opposite. So when you talk about aliens, you're really talking about aliens come from the ocean. And they already told you this before, but you had to really comprehend what they were saying when they said it. Because remember, the ocean is really as above, so below, as within, as without. The ocean is really a reflection of the what we call space. So ocean is really space, and what you think is space is actually the just what we call a part of the firmament, so to speak. So this is just an understanding that the only way you can really comprehend this is that these beings that could come into this realm or into our dimension have to come through interdimensional travel, or have to be able to come through the different layers of or densities, or the different dimensions of the ocean planes, water. Because we're talking about from hydrogen to oxygen, you have H2O, then so water is a medium plane. So they have to be able to travel through that. While the any beings you're talking about outside of our firmament, or outside of even certain aspects of our creation, they cannot come into this realm, so to speak. And so people say they've seen these light ships, and these light ships are really just a reflection from the water. And if you see a light ship that's not a reflection from the water, you don't got no water around. What I'm saying is it's as above, so below. So I would have to show y'all a picture for y'all to really comprehend it. But it's all reflections of dimensions that come off of each other. Like the Earth is an example of a what we call a hexagon, or what some people call a diamond, or some people call many different shapes depending upon the geometric patterns. But ultimately, everything is adverse inverse, meaning what you see when you have these images come into your brain is automatically flipped. And I tell people this is like the right and left hemispheres of the brain, and this is like the reality on the outside and the reality versus on the inside. So every time anything that comes inside, it flips something that is outside. So that's outside. So when you're talking about these polarities, what it is it's like, okay, if up is really down, down is really up. If right is really left, and left is really right. Depending upon if we're talking about the inside of us or the outside of us. So this is the same thing when it comes to the earth. as well. It's just the same exact thing, as within as without, as above so below. So the earth would actually, the inside of the earth with, or these images that we receive to make this earth would actually be would actually flip the reality, or so like basically on the mother side, or the larger side of creation, or we call it a macrocosm, is the mother side of creation because it's the larger aspects of consciousness, and it's really where all the beings are, and these higher level spiritual beings. But the microcosm is more of inside of us, and we're talking about, so on the physical realm, it's like a smaller, inverse, more toned down version of the thing in the spiritual realm, as they are really like both sides of the hemisphere of the brain, or they're really like positive and negative, or really like, you know, the son and the mother, in terms of, you know, we being birthed through creation of an atom. And without getting too deep, because I know this sounds crazy, basically everything you see, like light photons, is going to turn everything the opposite direction around. It's always going to do that. It's always going to be, oh, if you see it as right, it's always really going to be left. If you see it as up, it's always really going to be down. If you feel what I'm saying? If you see it as down, it's always going to be up. So in this manner, you can start to see that everything is always with each other and connected to each other and crosses each other, understanding the cross and understanding what is an X, what is a plus sign, but what is really an X. And once people can understand an X, I know my videos get kind of deep, but it'll start making sense soon. But once people can understand the X, and you can understand what the X really means and represents, which is 6 or sex, you understand that this X is actually the splitting of the atom, or the splitting of energy to create what you call this infinity. Or you're talking about when you split the masculine and feminine, positive and negative forces, you're able to have this plus, or this compass, or this X, and it's basically creating this atom force by having the splitting of energy. So that being said, this X is still sex, because the only way you can create is through the positive, negative, masculine, feminine, once it's split, to bring it back into a certain unification. So this is what you're saying, is that the process of creation is ultimately what will teach you that everything they show you in the reality is an illusion to your eyes. And you have to be able to comprehend that once the real beings do come, people that are conscious beings, people that are aware of themselves, people that are in tune with these higher cognitive functions will be able to see these beings and be able to communicate with these beings via telepathy, so they will know the next steps to take when aliens actually do come down, versus people thinking that it's just going to be some alien just coming out the sky and then we're gonna have warfare and we're gonna be in danger and all that. So that's fear tactics, because they want, like, they like martial law, right? Or they want to be able to implement certain aspects of taking away your freedom. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're talking about that, that's how that goes. Now, when you're talking about anything involving UFOs, anything involving aliens, I want y'all to always remember that the real aliens, they use an element called element 115, and they're interdimensional travelers, meaning they don't travel via physically, they travel via light ship, via interdimensionally. And you understand that using the mind, they can actually, manipulate the electromagnetic field of these ships that they created with that mind. And so that being said, them being able to do that. Hold on, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Kid screaming in the background. But them being able to do that, or being able to manipulate the electromagnetic fields of the mind, now they can travel wherever in the spaceship, and this is what they call the Merkaba, or they have also many different other versions of eternal Merkabas and other types of light body, being able to travel to and fro and from a place just using thought alone. So that being said, that's what you have to understand. That's the capabilities of a being that is higher in intelligence, higher in DNA. When you talk about DNA strands, higher in intellect, their vibration is higher, the frequency is higher. So they're able to resonate with that energy a lot quicker. They're able to understand and correlate things a lot faster than we are, because we only use 10% of our brain. And once you understand, we can awaken this other parts of our brain using the mind. See what I just said there? You can awaken other parts of the brain using the mind. And once you understand the mind, you can correlate it to the body, and then you can awaken the whole vessel of yourself. And doing that, now you'll see that these aliens is really part of you. And that being said, the aliens are going to come. You feel me? They coming down. They coming pretty soon. Just not right now. You feel me? But they coming. But this is just like I said, just mostly a hoax.